A warm welcome to everyone gathered here today. We have assembled here on this exciting occasion of a school event emphasizing on the contribution of science in our life. I am deeply moved by this initiative of school to recognize the little scientists that reside in all of us. Today, I am here to deliver a speech on technology, which has taken a tremendous role in our day-to-day life. We all are in generation where everything is dependent on technology. Every day, we as humans are integrating more and more with the technology around us with the digital world. It's incredible. But what we are finding is that we are starting to blur this line between the virtual and the reality. I think it's a pretty interesting thing because as we integrate more with this technology around us, we are starting to find new ways to allow it to augment us. Now we will find ourselves somewhere along this continuum between the real world as we know it and the virtual world. We are going to be moving into this future very quickly. And so we need to keep up with that. We need to raise the conversation as to what we could potentially achieve. The rise of virtual reality came back in 2012 with the Oculus Rift. When I first tried the Oculus Rift, I put this device in my head and the TV being strapped to my face. It was a lot better than it used to be. What I found was myself in a virtual apartment and I was watching a virtual TV. And on this TV, there was a music video. I got really immersed in it. Then I realized when I finished it that I was still sitting in a virtual apartment, and then I took the device off, back to the real world. But the interesting thing was that I remembered that as if it was a memory, as if I had experienced it. And that's when I realized it was so incredibly powerful. On the other hand, there is no doubt that the impact of anything in life is divided into two parts, the positive and negative. As the world becomes increasingly reliant on the work of artificial intelligence, machines, and automated learning, where does that leave the humanities? How can we use these technological tools to inform research without compromising the necessary human contribution to these fields? As much as humanity needs this new technology, so the technology also needs the humanity. AI development will rely increasingly on language and communication, and in turn, this requires an ethical examination of the complex issues surrounding the proliferation and integration into human society of an intelligence potentially greater than our own. We will need to assess, debate, and scrutinize AI applications from the angle of philosophy, morality, and ethics. Some may disagree or agree on the importance of using technology in various fields of work, but the majority of people agree that it's a double edged sword, as its impact on an individual's working life depends positively or negatively on how he uses it. However, there is no need pointing out all the ways technological innovation can harm and or replace humanity. This speech is not about to condemn technology or to discourage inventions. It's about to caution discoveries that might cause more harm than good. Honestly, there is a need to sit back to evaluate if these machines are going to take over this world one day or maybe destroy it. The way they are celebrated today, I won't be surprised if people prefer dealing and living with machines to their fellow humans in no distant time. So the question that should be asked is, what should we do? The answer is simple. There is nothing else for innovators to do other than to develop technology that will boost humanity and not replace it. Competitions to develop most efficient machines should be geared towards finding machines that can work with humans. Our inventors should think humanity first before going ahead with their creations. If what they are about to make doesn't add value to mankind, they should desist from creating them. There is no arguing that machines are increasing the rate of unemployment in the world. Thanks to technology, a machine can do the work meant for several persons and still do it better and faster. What is more, machines are cheaper to maintain when compared to human labor. Who knows? Maybe in the next 10 years, more machines than human beings will become employees. Now that the population of the world is increasing, what will become of the human race when the world's economy is in the hands of a few because they own machines that think like humans? How will people survive if their source of living were taken from them by their creation? What will happen to the impending global unemployment by the time machine era comes to life the same way we see them in science fiction? Honestly, this is time for all to go into somber reflections before progressing with more inventions. Today, we hear of armed drones used in combat. These are devices unmanned by humans except for those controlling them remotely. These machines have no conscience and therefore but no allies when they open fire or throw bombs on people. Remember that drones are just one of the few military technology we know because only God knows what these scientists and technologists have been putting together as they get ready for war that is yet to be provoked. But I believe we need to reflect on the constant creation of military technology and its impending threat on humanity. It is time for us to ask why these people are spending hug amounts of money making these weapons and military devices. We need to find out where they hope to use them. We should question what they plan to do with them if there was no provocation to use them. We should start reflecting on why countries should arm themselves when there is no war yet, unless they plan to incite one. Of course, the presence of these technological devices is enough motivation to incite wars because their creators will be itching to have them tested. Is that is that what technology should be all about? Are we to destroy humanity with what we created with our own hands? Technology has a vital role in our lives, but let us be mindful that we control technology and that technology doesn't control